very funny for a start. Obviously, you know what character you're playing when you read a script, or you will hopefully be playing. But with when I read the script, I was either going to be one of these two characters. So yeah, I mean, it's a great script. It's very funny, clever. Yeah, it's brilliant.
The characters individually, I mean, they initially started out as two brothers, and they still are two brothers, but they were twins when we originally read the script. And they went from sort of, initially they were American characters, and now they were British, and they're the same age, and then there's some slightly different age now. So that was my first thought when I read the character. The 2 years apart.
Originally they were called Donnie and Lonnie. So.
Well, they really the camera of it all at the same time. Most of the footage shot in it will be what they're seeing because they're filming it all. I think they see the film as the audience is seeing it. Really, and they're sort of the in between of the reality of the film and the non-reality and the fiction. They sort of double act in a way, slightly subtle double act who appear now and again to sort of tie together.
They wouldn't work without each other. I think what's most important is, although they are technically the comedy factor of the film, they're also you have to understand they're very naive and immature for what they've got themselves involved in, and yeah, they've got a dark side to them as well, which comes through at the end, and I think the fact that they get framed, at the end is I'm just giving away something I'm not allowed to say, am I? But yeah, no, I think the whole point for them is also because how naive and immature they are reflects how deep they've got themselves into, which they really can't get themselves out of. They're not in a position to help themselves, in effect.
Right now we're at an awards dinner for a film that we've shot. And we've been involved in a sort of really dark sort of edge to sort of screwing. We've screwed over a couple of people really, and helped out our boss, as it were, in one way or another, because to achieve his greatness and his motive of greatness, which in all intents and purposes, his creative film. We're here to accept his award and film him accepting his award for a wonderful piece of work, which we're filming, and at which point this story takes a turn where we're no longer in control. Well, I don't think Theo and Tom were ever in control at all from the start, but I don't believe that the Barnaby character is in control at this moment now, where that'll be taken off him, and
they like to think they're in control, but people know they're not. Well, he's directing his original vision, which I think is I mean, this is my first film, obviously, and I can't imagine someone writing a script and then letting someone else direct it. I don't see how that would work. And also, I mean, Matthew cares so much about that, about what he's written. He believes so much in what he's done, and which is brilliant, and it really shows. And the fact that he's directing it so positively and helping, all the cast, especially myself. It's my first film, as I say, and he's giving a lot of positive energy around everywhere. He knows what he wants, and therefore we know that when he gets it, he'll be happy. So when we see him happy, we're confident. It works. It works both ways. It's brilliant.
Original, to be quite honest. I mean, the use of cameras and it's a really edgy little story, to be quite honest. And it's fluid. I mean, there's lots of different parts. It's not only technically is it interesting. At the same time, there's a really nice love story in there, and there's comic stock characters, and then there's your villain, but there's not quite the villain you think he is. And I mean, it's a dark comedy in a way. I mean, it's light comedy, but it's not really at the same time.
It starts out. I think if I was to say, someone was to say, what is your film about? I'd say, well, it's about a love triangle between three people, romantic comedy, with a very good twist or two. do you see? I mean, that's what I mean. When I was originally reading the script, it was like, oh yeah, this is good, this is fun, this is fun. Wow, didn't see that coming. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's really, it's that I think will shock a lot of people. It's clever, very clever.
An urban
Yeah, urban love triangle. Yeah.
love triangle.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I guess you could call it that.
Originally, yeah. Ultimately, it is a love triangle between three people set in the city.
In an urban.
Yeah, set in the
Right.
city. But with a twist.